and you still want to go to the blind and claim that you're hunting, but you're really not. You're napping, okay? Period. I ran it down for you, Suzanne. I got you, girl. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Talk Wild. Your girl Tay here, and today I'm bringing you another review of Naked and Afraid, Valley of the Banished. We're on Season 6, Episode 6, Feastmode, okay? So, we already know that Makani had tapped out. You know, she was suffering from heat stroke and all of this, and she passed out, so she had to tap. So she tapped out, she wanted to go home. Let's start with Bulent. Okay, so day 15, he's enjoying being alone. He's just exploring the area. He finds some elephant bones, and he takes the bones back and he builds a bone throne. I can't lie, it was perfection. It was beautiful. It was beautiful art. You know, I like when they get crafty out there. He sees a baboon drinking and urinating in, you know, his water source, his water puddle, where he's drinking, collecting water from. And he kept saying, "That's my water. Hey, get away from my water." Like, that is not your water. It's their water. It's not yours. He kept saying that it was his water. It's not yours. Like, sir, relax, okay? The bone throne is getting to your head, okay? He's a bonehead, literally. Night 15, there's hyenas around his camp. He says again, "They're drinking my water." Like, sir, relax. But he's really concerned that the water source is going to go down. I mean, it is what it is. It's a bunch of animals out there. Of course, the water source may go down, okay? So he keeps the fire. He's like, "It's okay, I'm going to keep the fire going." And the fans, one of the fans on, I was like, remember when Bulent was like, he didn't care about a fire, but he, you know, all of a sudden now he cares about the fire when, you know, it's some hyenas and wild animals around his camp. Yeah. So, yikes. So Seth and Suzanne, okay, so day 15, you know, they're still clashing. Suzanne's feet have gotten worse. She says that, you know, Seth is getting on her nerves. And she's like planning to leave, but her feet are, you know, sore or whatever. And she can't make shoes because it's like sore on the top of her feet. So if she tries to make shoes, it's just going to hurt trying to tie something and tie them all together to stay on her feet. So she's like, I have to sit here and deal with this and still deal with him. You know, Seth is avoiding her. He goes to the blind to hunt, also known as just sit there and lay down and nap. You know, he sees an impala, he hits it and sees a blood trail, but finds the arrow, and it's, you know, basically just a fresh flesh wound. He finally gets too hot and heads back to camp. He's complaining again how hot it is, and Suzanne is like, "I just cannot deal with this anymore." Like, sir, you've been saying the same thing every day, and I've been telling you the same thing every day. Maybe you shouldn't go out when the sun is like literally in the middle of the sky. Like, if you can go early morning, later on in the day when the sun set, and you still want to go to the blind and claim that you're hunting, but you're really not. You're napping, okay? Period. I ran it down for you, Suzanne. I got you, girl. Night 16 for them, you know, they get into an argument because Seth is too close to her and he's being disrespectful. And she's like, "Can you just like back up?" And he's like, I've been out all day and I'm just trying to sleep." Like, sir, you haven't done anything, okay? Period. Like, she just wants you to back up, relax. So day 17, Suzanne says she's done with Seth, okay? So she said, you know, she's done with him and she's gonna leave. While she was out collecting firewood, she finds some feathers, some bird feathers, and she collects them. She gets emotional. She's like, "I need to find my tribe." She says she's gonna make some shoes out of those feathers, so, you know, it won't hurt her feet. But she's leaving Seth. She collects the feathers, goes back to camp. Tell Seth, "Honey, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. That's it." He's like, you're leaving the whole entire challenge? And she's like, no, I'm leaving you. And you know, that's what it was for her, honey. Team Myrtle Puddle is up next. Ryan, you already know, it's day 15, but he decides to go on a 48-hour journey to find food, you know, bigger game to hunt, I guess. And you know, he leaves, but while he is gone on his journey, Chef John finds a venomous snake in a hole in a tree, under a tree, like in a burrow of a tree, while getting firewood. You know, he kills it with a stick. He said it was a venomous puff hatter snake, okay? And he and Sarah have some protein to eat that night, okay? Now, Ryan, he's on his journey, honey, but let's get to Wes and Gwen. Day 15 for them, still no protein. Wes is fishing, and then they hear, you know, a human voice, and they stumble upon Ryan, okay? So Ryan has linked up with Wes and Gwen, okay? So they get him some water, they take him to the camp, they get him some water. He gives them, you know, some dried catfish that he brought on his journey as a common courtesy. You know, Ryan is a gentleman, okay? And he asks, can he stay and hunt? And they say, yeah, you know, as long as they could get a portion of whatever he catches before he heads back to his team, which is Team Murder Puddle, okay? Now, day 16 for Wes, Gwen, and Ryan, they decide to hunt together. Everyone is set up in different areas. They use hand signals to communicate with each other. Gwen is the spotter, Wes is up high, and Ryan is down low. So they're waiting for something to come to the watering hole. Wes said if, you know, he didn't get any food, he would probably have to tap. So this was very important. But they signaled to Wes that an animal was coming his way. Wes takes a shot, and he hits, I think it's a diker, a little small, little antelope deer type animal, okay? And, you know, Ryan is thinking about switching camps at this point. He's like, wait, it's a lot of game here. You know, this camp is a little bit better. So, you know, they eat that night. You know, Wes is really happy about his kill. I guess I'm happy for him, I guess. Yeah, I guess. So that was it for this episode. It was, you know, feast mode. They finally got some food. So let's do some XLR updates. We got Bulent with his water risk, because everything's drinking up his water. And if it doesn't rain soon, you know, who knows? He might be out of water. He might have to leave his camp. So his XLR drops from a 6.3 to a 6.1. Seth and Suzanne, since they haven't gotten any food, and you know, Suzanne has some injured feet, their XLR drops from a 5.2 to a 4.8. Wes, okay, and Grizzly Gwen, they finally got some food, so they jumped from a 5.7 to a 6.2. And Ryan, Chef John, and Sarah remain at a 6.2. Follow me on all social media at Let's Talk Wild. I will throw up my Cash App if you would like to donate, and my personal blog. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.